the story too about Eric Swalwell. He deserves the attention on this because
Nasty.
He was the one who, like Adam Schiff, would continue to probably to this day still. He may be a little quieter about it now. Accuses the president, of being a Russian agent. Now the story is out, Rick, that he had a Chinese spy, a known Chinese spy, raising money for him. I mean, it was raising money for a super PAC, was a mega donor to him, placing interns inside of his office. And finally, the U.S. government went to him and said, hello, you've got a serious problem on your hands.
I think the reality is he's also had a personal relationship with this person, right, who turned out to be a spy. And we now need to really know everything about this. Eric Swalwell sits on the Intelligence Committee.
That's right.
He's had access to very classified information, and we now need to know if he was compromised. We need to know what he knew and what he shared with this individual who he did not know was a Chinese spy for a while. This is a very serious situation. He's now come forward to say the Democratic leaders knew exactly about his relationship with this person. So now we've implicated people like Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi, who Eric Swalwell is saying has signed off on this relationship, and they knew all about it. This is a problem. I think at the very minimum, Eric Swalwell must step down from the Intelligence Committee immediately until these questions are answered. I think there's a case to be made that we need to declassify this information. At the very minimum, there needs to be a gang of 8 briefing and a classified briefing to the entire Intelligence Committee on what a member of their committee was doing with a Chinese spy.
Can I ask this, Rick? Because Swalwell was one of the nastiest members of Congress involved in these impeachment hearings. And he made horrible allegations, the president being an agent of the Russian government. I mean, on and on it went. And then here he is cavorting with, maybe, to what extent he knew it, obviously I don't have any clue, with a Chinese spy who's left the country. And the duplicity of this, of course, is ironic to say the least. And this spy was going after him when he was a city council member. So, and let alone when he was a congressman. Go ahead.
I think it's a little bit more than just the hypocrisy. I mean, certainly hypocrisy is terrible. Certainly we see it in Washington on a daily basis. And most Americans just kind of yawn at the fact that another politician is a hypocrite. But I think that this Eric Swalwell situation goes a little deeper because he had an agenda to downplay the Chinese threat. He mocked the Chinese threat and constantly said, no, it's really Russia that we should be focusing on. I think that part of this Gang of 8 briefing and this House intelligence briefing and a Senate intelligence briefing needs to happen in order for our representatives in Washington to understand if this Chinese spy was somehow using Eric Swalwell, or Eric Swalwell was participating in a Chinese strategy to downplay the Chinese threat and do it by highlighting and overhyping the Russian threat. This is a very real concern, and it needs to be investigated immediately.
Rick, what do you think about this? I mean, just kind of thinking out loud here. If our office in Washington were to issue a Freedom of Information Act request to the State Department, to find out who this, what we can find out about this person and who this person engaged with, because obviously this was going on for years.
I think that you should also petition the various agencies of the U.S. government. Look, the DNI is going to have information. I think you can go to Adam Schiff and ask for the committee to look at this. We certainly in the public should be demanding more accountability, more transparency. Transparency is not political. I say that constantly. But in a situation like this, I would think that there are a lot of Democrats who are going to want to come clean and say, look, what did this person on the House Intelligence Committee know? What did he tell this Chinese spy? This is a serious situation. Lastly, I'll just say, I see a lot on social media, people complaining, and I certainly have complained about the media not taking up this case and pushing it.
Yeah.
I don't think that it should deter us, because I think we need to understand that the DC media and the intelligence community reporters that cover the intel issues in Washington, they're all partisan. And we need to just understand that they are not going to do the job of holding them accountable. We have to do that. We have to act accordingly, because they are not going to be able to do this. They don't want to do this. And so we've got to push. And so I think filing Freedom of Information Act requests and pushing Adam Schiff and other leaders. Marco Rubio is on the Senate Intelligence Committee as the chairman right now. We need to appeal to him. There needs to be a full, transparent investigation of this entire situation.